Hello, everyone. My name is Nicky Smith. I'm an accredited genealogist in the United States Great Lakes region. The missionaries here at the BYU Library Family History Center have had several requests for instructions on how to download a GEDCOM from Family Search or otherwise quickly get information from Family Search and into RootsMagic. The world of family history is wonderful and exciting. With so many powerful websites and software tools available, research has never been easier. Many of these platforms allow you to post your family tree or to participate in extensive crowdsourcing projects like Family Search while we try to build the largest and most accurate family tree possible. However, with so many options, keeping each site updated with your discoveries can become time consuming, overwhelming, and can leave you with very little time for actual research. One of the most impactful choices that you can make is deciding not to keep your research synchronized across every single platform available. It's important to select a single platform that holds your most current and up-to-date information on your research. This central location will vary for each researcher depending on their geographic area of research, their workflow, their habits, their budgets, and their other needs. I've used several different platforms in the past, and currently I prefer RootsMagic as my central hub for my research. I conduct a majority of my research on family search and ancestry right now. And one of the reasons I prefer RootsMagic is the ability to seamlessly share data between my RootsMagic file and my family search family tree and my public member ancestry tree. I do want to quickly mention that I'm not being compensated by any of the companies I mentioned today. The opinions that I share here are based on my personal experience and my personal current preferences. With numerous online platforms available, why might you opt for a desktop software like RootsMagic as your central research hub? I find it beneficial to maintain my research projects offline until I've thoroughly validated my hypotheses. This approach enables me to carefully control and verify the information that I choose to incorporate into Family Search or my public tree on Ancestry. Additionally, desktop software allows you to store information about living family members securely. I am the repository for all things births with my husband's very large extended family. So I have a list of every single child that has been born in the last 20 years. And so people are always letting me know, but they also know that I keep that offline. So that information is never shared with anyone. And another reason to choose a desktop software is, as we all know, Family Search and Ancestry are continually evolving and changing the look of their interface. Using a desktop software can provide stability and predictability, as you can decide when to upgrade to a new version. You're not surprised by opening up your screen one morning and having things look completely different. Webinars often recommend purchasing a product, and if you do choose to use RootsMagic as your central research hub, I suggest investing in the full version. Currently, the latest version of RootsMagic is RootsMagic 10, and it's priced at about $40 for new users and $30 for those upgrading from previous versions. However, if you're on a tight budget, you can opt for RootsMagic Essential. That's the free version. And that will allow you to perform most of the tasks that we'll cover today. Another question I get is, well, why should I start a new file? I already have a large database. Well, you might be new to RootsMagic, or you may have a very specific project in mind, such as focusing on one specific family or family line, or sharing just a small portion of your research with someone else. Or you may be taking on a more ambitious project like joining a lineage society. Additionally, it's an opportunity to verify the quality of the information in your database. So let's begin by creating a new RootsMagic file from information downloaded from Family Search. Let's spend just a minute on the RootsMagic homepage. The homepage has 5 sections. One to access, create, and save RootsMagic files. Another for news and announcements. One for quick access to recently opened files. And a section to notify you of free updates to the RootsMagic software code. The homepage also offers links to various helpful resources, such as the online help, which is a basic oversight of many of the features. You can also link to watching 30 to minute long webinars. Now, currently, this site only features webinars for RootsMagic 8, but there are promises to add webinars for newer versions in the future. You can also visit the RootsMagic YouTube page. It's just a quick link to get you there. And for additional support, you may actually find the answers that you need within the RootsMagic community. Although these discussions are publicly available, you must sign up and log in to ask or reply to a question. Participation is free. And then finally, there are links to technical support for those really sticky problems. Now, to create a new file, the first thing we do is select New File. RootsMagic has the option to import data from previous versions of RootsMagic, other desktop genealogical software like Legacy Family Tree or Family Tree Maker, or import information from a GEDCOM. GEDCOM stands for Genealogical Data Communication, initially developed by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in 1984. This lineage-linked data model was the only way to transfer information from one computer to another. And although we still use the term, we don't use actual GEDCOMs as often as we used to transfer data. Websites and desktop family history software have back-end coding that now allows us to transfer the information without creating a GEDCOM file first. There are several ways to download information, or several links to download information from Family Search Family Tree or Ancestry tree data. Depending on which version of RootsMagic, some or all of these little icons will be available to you. And right now, we're just going to go ahead and choose download from an online tree. And right now, RootsMagic currently works with just Ancestry and Family Search. And so we'll go ahead and choose Family Search. And once you choose the Family Search option, RootsMagic will ask you to sign in to Family Search if you're not already signed in. And depending on the version of your RootsMagic, it may give you a pop-up window to fill out, or it may take you directly to the Family Search website to have you log in. Once you have signed into Family Search and returned to the RootsMagic program, you'll be asked to create a new file. I'll call this file My Smith Line, and I'll save it to the Documents section of my laptop. At this point, RootsMagic will ask you to select several formatting features. These include the date format, how do you want your dates to look, and whether or not you would like to see a reference number displayed after an individual's name and what type of reference number that would be. I choose to include the Family Search ID number or the personal identifier number, or some call it the PID. Now, this next option is to display surnames in uppercase lettering. And I don't particularly care for that. It's just my personal preference. But I know a lot of researchers that's their go-to, and that really helps them in their research. If you're a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, selecting LDS support will include temple ordinance information into the information that you download into your database. And I would also strongly suggest that you select the Family Search Family Tree support and to enable web hints. RootsMagic will then take you to their Family Search Central. This is the interface between Family Search and RootsMagic. From here, we can import the information from Family Search. It's important to take some time to decide on the purpose of your RootsMagic file. Are you gathering everything into a central location, or do you have a specific problem in mind? By taking a minute and deciding, that can help you decide whether you begin the download information with yourself or your spouse, or if you use one of your ancestors or another individual from Family Search. This is my husband's grandfather, Robert Lee Smith. My husband and I are in the process of gathering information and documentation to allow Robert's grandchildren and great-grandchildren to qualify for an Arkansas Ancestry Certificate. The Arkansas Genealogical Society offers 5 different certificates, and we don't think we can document any of our lines all the way back to the colonial era before 1804, but we sure are trying. So I'll go ahead and go to Family Search and copy Robert's personal identifier number, or his PID. And then I'll use that information to begin the research, to begin the download. It's important to start really small, with only a few generations at a time. Downloading a large number of generations can take a long, long time. You may also risk getting caught in a data loop where one individual is mistakenly connected as their own parent or grandparent. And Family Search has been incredibly good about finding these loops and preventing them, but they still do occasionally occur. And if you get caught in a data loop, it just goes on forever. You can see that it takes a couple of seconds at least to process each individual. And so if you do choose to download a large number of generations, you may want to close all of the programs on your computer and start the download just as you're heading off to bed. This will allow the download to proceed without interrupting your bandwidth or inconveniencing you or your family. I chose to download just 4 generations to this new file to begin with. And I've previously researched each of these individuals shown on the pedigree. And now I'd like to continue by researching John Milligan Jr.'s line. And by having his family search PID number listed behind his name, I can quickly take note of that in preparation to download more information, more of the generations. I need to access Family Search Central again to add more generations. Depending on your version of RootsMagic, you may see the Family Search and Ancestry icons at the bottom of the screen, or you may need to select the Publish option. While Publish might sound like it involves sending information out, families, and it feels a little bit counterintuitive to click on the Publish option to download information. But Family Search Central is mainly used to share and sync the data between Family Search and RootsMagic, and thereby publishing your updates or their updates to you. Once you're back to the Family Search Central to import more generations, once again, it's crucial to strategically add generations. Importing small batches enables you to maintain control over the quality of the information being added to your RootsMagic database, which helps you prevent the spread of inaccurate information. Some versions of RootsMagic automatically place and connect these new generations that you've downloaded. However, if you're using an older version of RootsMagic or some versions of RootsMagic Essentials, you may need to manually merge these duplicates. And you can access the merge features either up in the right-hand top corner or on the left-hand side under the Tools section. The newer versions of RootsMagic offer an auto merge option, which simplifies this process. But either way, downloading in small batches is beneficial because you have just so few if a duplicate is created that it's easily taken care of. Most of the time, I add one individual at a time to my database so that I don't further spread bad information, and so I kind of can control what I'm researching. In this case, I'm working with a very small number of individuals, and I'm choosing to explore the documentation found on Family Search. You can see with the problems notifications on a few that I have my work cut out for me. Let's look closer at the problem list for Hannah Rose. If I hover over her name and over the icons, a pop-up window appears listing a summary of the data problem. From this window, on the full version of RootsMagic, this has the option of marking this as not a problem or adding it to the task list. Adding it to the task list allows you the time to properly prepare and fix or determine the error and what you can do about it. You can also print a paper copy or save a file to a text file like Word. Web hint icons are also right there next to those problem icons, and they're actually color coded to give you some idea of where RootsMagic is in the process of finding hints for you. the plain circle with no light bulb is there. RootsMagic has found no hints as of this moment and is still searching more databases for you. If there's a blank space, if there's nothing there at all, it means that that RootsMagic hasn't found any hints available, and it has completed it's completed its searching process. The blue light bulb with the blue circle around it means that there are no pending hints for me to review, and that RootsMagic is still searching. And the blue means that there are no pending hints for me to review, that I've already reviewed all of the hints, but that it's completed its searching. The yellow light bulb with the blue circle around it means that I have new pending hints that RootsMagic has found, but it is still continuing to search for other hints. And then the yellow with no blue circle means that I have hints that are waiting for me to go in and review, but that RootsMagic has completed its searching. You can see each individual in this clip has a variety of icons. The web hint status for Alexander is no pending hints for me to review, and RootsMagic is still searching. While Edith's web hint status tells me I have pending hints to review, and RootsMagic is still searching. And Peter's status indicates that there are pending hints for me to review, and RootsMagic has completed the searching. And finally, Rachel has no light bulb icon at all, showing that her web hint status, RootsMagic has found no hints for me, and it has completed its searching process. Let's take a look at some of these web hints. We'll look at Margaret Louisa Hazeltine Ware. We hover over the icons and then click the option we want from the drop-down menu. So when we hover over it, and then we can see that there are no problems for me to address, and that Family Search has 9 hints that I or someone else has taken care of, but that MyHeritage has 19 web hints for me to review. The first hint is a census record, and the following 18 hints are smart matches that allows me the opportunity to connect with other researchers. By clicking on the census record, it provides a really nice index and summary of the information on that census record, as well as the opportunity to view that census. And as we come farther down to the bottom, it allows me to confirm that that hint is about Margaret and has good information. And at the very bottom of the screen, there are more records that I could look through, like the 1880 census that has recorded information about Margaret. There are 2 more types of icons listed with these individuals. We've already covered the web hints and the problem alerts. These last icons are for the icons farthest on the right are for members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and will not appear if you did not choose that option while setting up the file. If you don't see these icons and wish to see them after you've created the file, you can adjust the settings in the setting menu on the left-hand side of your screen. And the temple, there's a tab for the temple icons that allow you to enable the LDS options. So this is where just a clip of the originally when you would have set up the stuff. But like I said, you can easily just go into settings and find that tab and click that if you want to, or if you are sending this to someone who is not a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or for some reason you no longer want to see that, then you can come to the settings and go ahead and click there. Okay, so the temple icon colors are the same as on Family Search. Green means an ordinance work is ready and available. Orange means that it requires more information for ordinance work to be available. Blue means that the ordinance work is in progress, and gray means that it's completed. Peter Jordan Tyler's temple icon is orange. Let's find out why. We hover over the icons and choose the temple option from the drop-down menu. It appears as if one of the women listed as Peter's wives needs more information to allow the ordinance work to proceed. This is an opportunity to stop and evaluate the sources and the husband-wife relationship listed. Because to be honest, I actually have not seen Mary Nicholson associated with Peter Jordan Tyler. And so I'll need to go back to my records and to help me to double check and to do some more research. So now let's move on to creating a RootsMagic file from Ancestry. We begin by selecting File, which gives us the option to create a new RootsMagic file, and then we'll select the download from an online tree. And this time we'll select Ancestry. We will need to select a location for our RootsMagic file, and if we're not already signed in, RootsMagic will prompt us to sign in to Ancestry. This will bring us to RootsMagic's interface named Tree Share for Ancestry. This has two options. We can upload and connect a tree that we've created in RootsMagic, or we can download and connect an existing tree from Ancestry. This process will not import information into that file that we just created, my Smith line. It will not import information into the my Smith line file we just created using Family Search Central, but it will allow us to upload that Smith line file directly to Ancestry. So we're going to go ahead and choose the upload and connect first. And it will bring up another window that allows us to title what we want the tree on Ancestry to be called. And I'll title it My Smith Line. And once we've hit the download, once it gets finished processing on Ancestry, we can see that it's just uploaded just as one of your normal trees. And when we look at that tree, here's Robert and his ancestral lines. And this is the file that we created from downloading information from Family Search into RootsMagic. And now we've uploaded it to a public member tree in Ancestry. This RootsMagic file, now an Ancestry file, is already linked with Family Search, making it easy to share information directly between Ancestry and Family Search, as well as down to RootsMagic. Let's return to Tree Share or Ancestry and download a file from Ancestry into RootsMagic. RootsMagic brings up a list of the ancestry trees that I have saved on my account. And as you can see, I have several, but I actually would like to work a little more with the tolls line, and I'll select that one. Tree Share for Ancestry downloads not only the tree data, but also all of the media associated with the ancestry tree. Downloading a large tree can take a significant amount of time, and it can consume a lot of space on your hard drive. So just be aware. I usually try and avoid doing that. The tolls tree is quite a small tree, but you can see some of the types of media that were linked to the ancestry tree. And you can see a photo of a headstone of one of his sons, some death certificates, census records, all of those different kinds of things. And they're all now saved on your computer. And when you open up the file, those media are actually attached to the correct individuals. So now if we'd like to share information between Family Search and Robert, you can see here that Robert's file that we downloaded, it only contains information about his birth, his marriage, and his death. It doesn't have any of the other sources that are associated with him on Family Search. And so if we want to find those sources and download them onto RootsMagic, we'll go ahead and go back to Family Search Central. But this time, we'll go ahead and choose the Share Data option. And you can see that first thing we need to do is actually search up Robert and find him and get his information up on the screen. You can see that we have information that's about my person in RootsMagic and about what's on that individual's page in Family Search. Okay, you can see that we have the ordinance information. We don't have any discussions, but we do have 11 sources to work with. And just by clicking on the check button, we can indicate what this particular source. So if we choose this first source, it's the 1900 census, and we can add these sources, citations about these sources to bolster the evidence that Robert was born in 1901. And as we do that, we can mark that it supports his birth, his marriage, and of his relationship. And here's another census record that also supports that he is a real person, that he was born about 1901, and that who his parents were. And I just continue to work my way down through that, choosing the appropriate things. And this Find a Grave, it says it's a person, and it actually kind of ticks all of the boxes. And like I said, it just takes a little bit of time to work your way down through it. And we're going to go ahead and just continue through this. So anyway, you can see this is a really easy way that you can create a new file from Family Search and to share that information back and forth as you do your research. I hope that this was helpful for you to see how you can create a new file and share that information between Family Search and Ancestry.